Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over the cryptocurrency market. I'm going to go over Phantom more specifically right now because I haven't done it in a while, and I'm bullish on Phantom, guys. I think out of the coins, AVAX, Solana, um, it's another one comparable. Even Matic. I think the most gains probably going to be made in Phantom, guys, in the next bullish sequence, and it may have started it right now. But I want to go over Bitcoin with you guys. I post a little bit of this information on Twitter looking at this. I don't think Bitcoin's done with this correction, but it is giving some pretty decent signals, in my opinion, guys. So um, it's just gonna, depend on where this thing's gonna drop to. But I don't think there's gonna be a dump like what people are suspecting or the bears are expecting. You can see in this 4-hour chart, it's going sideways and it's burning off some RSI in the 4-hour. If you go to like a 12-hour, it's not burning off a lot, or even on the daily. So you still have some concern with a even more of a drop. But just looking at this and going through the speculative account, which I'm not going to do, well, we do know that's an impulse move up. More than likely, that's probably not an ABC move, guys. It's pretty sharp to the upside, if you know what I mean. But it could be. It could be. Well, more than likely, did this here, and then it's made a three-way move here. I'm kind of just looking for something like this, guys. So check this out. You got a three-way move here, up, and then maybe a three-way move, or it might start right now. And then you want to start seeing this do a five-way move like that and make a nice A, B, C down into this box area. And you want to see this like that on the 4-hour and RSI, guys. And you see something like that. You see something like that. Could it go down a little bit farther? It could. This is a general area, but that would be a nice area right in that area right there, guys. And then boom, and go like that, okay? So that's what you want to look for with when Bitcoin's in an uptrend, okay? So downtrend, you look for different signals when Bitcoin was going down. Now it's going up, giving you signals for more up. So it has a good signal right now so far, just going sideways, burning off RSI. And as time goes on, maybe going into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it might drop a little bit more. And if you see this get all the way back down and oversold on the 4-hour, maybe even the 6-hour, you check the 6-hour different time and you get down in there in the 6-hour, you want to start looking probably for longs. Okay? For longs. I know people are watching the news, are thinking banking crisis. How can this go up? The banking crisis. How can something go up? I just don't understand it. Well, sometimes the markets do things when you least expect it, type thing, guys. So that's a possibility. Or maybe people are fleeing to Bitcoin. Probably should be if they're worried about the banking situation, guys. So if you do have your money in one of those like ragtag banks and look at the Credit Suisse, guys, it's over 150-year-old bank. Deutsche Bank's probably over, I don't know how old it is. I'm sure it's, somewhere near that area, and these banks are failing. So you can see right there. And the other thing is, too, I want to say about those banks, if you look at the chart, they've been going down since 2008. They had their peak in 2008, both of them, Deutsche Bank, Credit Suisse, and they've been going down ever since 2008. You would have been a lot better buying Dogecoin than buying either one of those stocks. I'm telling you, Dogecoin was a better deal than either one of those stocks. So I'm not really paying attention to it yet, guys. You got to remember the media is going to over-exaggerate this whole thing too. Keep that in mind when you're trying to make a logical decision, okay? So, because I know right now with the media and everything's going on in this banking crisis, you're just getting bombarded with it. It's like everything you turn on, banking crisis everywhere, wherever you go, it's all banking crisis, and stuff like that. So anyhow, Bitcoin looks pretty good. Sorry, I'm rambling on a little bit. Let's go over old Phantom, guys, Phantom. I want to go over the overall picture with you too, because I got new subscribers to my channel. And new subscribers, I do appreciate you too. It's going over Phantom, looking at the overall trend with it. Okay. And by the way, if you just land here, do me a huge favor, drop that like. It'd be greatly appreciated, or dislike. So Phantom went up into a run November of 21, impulsive move right there. You can clearly see it. It had something going on back here because you could see the RSIs back here. Did it reset the cycle and it's off to a new cycle? It could be. It could be. You have to see how this is going to develop, guys. It could shoot up for another wave up there, like $4 or something like that, going into 2024 potentially, or whenever the markets suss itself out. And I've explained this before. The Fed's probably going to be doing a pause around May or June, and then they will probably at that time. So here, let me draw a picture for you. So you have the market, you know, it's like this, and then you got something like this, and now it's over here like this, maybe, right? Let's say S&P, and now it's going up a little bit, it may come over here, and it's been sideways in this area. So once the pause, and then it could probably start doing an uptrend, more like an uptrend going to the end of the year. And then, you know, wherever the Fed is going to do the interest rate pivot and start going down, that's when the markets will go down, guys. More than likely, the reason why is not because they're doing the pivot, is because they finally did enough damage and things are really, really bad. And before they decide to do it, and that's when the market is already going to be going down anyhow. And they're like, we have to lower interest rates. It's just more or less like a coincidence. The Fed is lowering rates on a pivot. They're not setting the market down. The market was already set up to be going down, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's usually how that happens. Just have to pay attention to things going on. But either way, you look at Fantom. Fantom did a nice ABC correction in here. So I do think that is the bottom on Fantom at 16 cents, guys, right there. If you take a fib extension, this is an ABC flat, massive flat, and you run it right there, right in that area, you can see A, B, C. Boom. Look at that. 2.618. That's where cryptocurrencies like to go on flat moves. 2.618, 1.618 to 2.618. And they also can go all the way down here, if you can believe it, 3.618. Depending on how volatile they are. So that's pretty good. And you can say this is 1, 2. This is the third of the third, a fifth of the third, up into a 4, and back down into, this is a nasty fifth wave move that it made right there, guys. So I'm good with that. More likely right there is your bottom on Fantom, 14 November of 22. And it's been up. And I made videos about this previously. I haven't made them lately. But the 20 cents to 18 cents, basically from 18 to 20 cents, you guys get the Fantom, and it's going to probably start doing a move like that. Okay. You got some bearish arguments. Hey, they could start saying, oh, look at this, head and shoulders is going to go down. And that's possible. It is possible on a correction, but it's got, you have a nice wave here. So let's take a look at this on Fantom in the daily chart. Okay. Fantom made some a little bit different moves. So I think this right here on the daily, because it came all the way back down here into the RSI, it's a whole new cycle. So this move right here is your 5-wave move. Okay. The first wave, well, not this 2, here's your 3, 4, and then a 5th wave extension. So the 5th wave was the highest wave right there, guys, or the longest wave, more than likely. Okay. So that's the move that I think it made. You got a 3-wave swing, right? Okay. And when you see 5 waves up, 3 waves back, it's usually a pretty good signal for a buy. Up in 5, back in 3. Just got to let you guys know, when you see 5 waves up, okay, you see 5 waves up like this. With divergence from the 3rd to the 5th, you have a 3-wave pullback. Usually to the 4th wave area, that's a buy. That's a really good signal for a buy. Now, other things you want to be aware of too is there's other types of swings too. You can have a 3-wave swing, okay? And you can have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-wave swing, okay? And there's also 11. Not common in cryptocurrencies. It's usually a stock market. You'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like that. So 3, 7, and 11 is up in 5, 3, or up in 5, 7, up in 5, 11, if you can believe that. It's a zigzag, double zigzag type move. So just to let you guys know, so people get confused when they start seeing more swings. Okay, back. Okay. So if you have more swings, it just means it's doing a double correction usually, guys. So you see double correction is it's going to come down, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that, something like that. So a zigzag and then a flat, double correction. And it could do that right here too. You can't rule that out. You can't rule that out. But it has really good signals back here. Where to go to? Previous fourth wave. You see that? And it ripped right out of there. So let's take a look at Fantom on this move right here. You can see this. You got divergence. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So Fantom's looking pretty good. And then you can do a retrace on this whole thing. It looks like it's actually doing a double correction right in that area. And you really want to see 50% target, guys. It could come down to 40 cents. You could easily get that down to 40 cents. It can come all the way down to 34 cents again if it's deep, but that would be your target area for Fantom. I like to see the second, if this is a second wave, do that 50 to 55%, and the 618 are really the areas, and can have a wick all the way down there to 34 cents, guys. So that would be a really decent buy for Fantom. Now, what's it doing in here? Good question. These things can unfold and do some strange things. But you got a three-way move here. It looks like a three-way move here, and you might have another three-way. This is a double correction, it looks like, guys, right here. So 3, 3, and then maybe 1, 2, 3. Something like that possibly is what I'd be checking out. Just wait to see how it develops. Let's see. Check it out in the 4-hour. Check out the RSI. What's it doing right there? So you got an impulsive move there. You got divergence, and it's burning it off pretty good, coming back down. You want to check that on 8-hour. I check it on 8-hour. Want it to come down maybe a little bit more in that 8-hour, and I'd check it on 12-hour. Let it burn off a little bit more. Okay, so yeah, it can come back up, and then it can really burn off some RSI. It's deep in the Stokes though too, so the momentum is definitely slowing down, and daily RSI, but it's got room to run. Fantom's got room to run here, guys. In this daily RSI, you can see if it gets back down here, it's got room to make another run. So you have a good shot with Fantom, is it could be in 1, 2. So let me take that off. I'll show you. Fantom could be over here in a 1, 2, and be going in over there. And then you could have this over here for Fantom, guys. You know, this would be a lower 1, 2, right? It's like that. I'll put this on a different sequence for you guys. Sub micro, just like so. And you could have that 1, 2. Okay. Just like so. All right. So it could be going into that wave, guys. And more than likely, the reason I say that that's a 1, 2 is just because of the depth of this on the daily RSI. You can see over here on the daily, it went down here, it took everything out, and it reset the whole cycle. So more than likely, this is a cycle. It does look confusing that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then maybe it's going up for a 5. That's possible, but the highest momentum is right here on that wave. So the third wave, as long as it's not the shortest wave, and it's not, this is the shortest wave. This third wave is not. The fifth wave is the one that extended. Usually a good indication with fifth wave extensions that what? People like it. They FOMO into it. So there was a lot going on here with Fantom, guys. So those who are watching my channel, you guys got into it and you got most of the run, but then people saw this. They saw Fantom going, probably a lot more talk in the YouTube, maybe more talk somewhere out there about Fantom, and it created that FOMO fifth wave, guys, just like so. And then went boom, and it's correcting, and now it's over here, and you're still in a good position with Fantom, guys. You're still in a good position. If it's getting that back down to 30-cent area, 30, 31-cent area in this wave, you're still in a really, really good position in 2023 going into maybe 2024 for Fantom, guys. So I'm looking at the overall picture. What kind of take a look at fib. Let's take a look at a fib extension on this. If this is a 1, 2, and that was a second wave correction, you know, now you're looking at potentially your first initial target is going to be $1.15. It's going to be $1.15 on that wave, and then you just possibly looking at some waves up here, guys, near $2 for Fantom. So you're talking about possibly some massive gains right there. Okay. So be aware too of this, that this wave in here can take a lot more time, guys. okay, just because of what's going on in the macro environment. So what can happen is because there's so much uncertainty in the market. You can see it. You can see it in the S&P and these things. Some of these indices are having a real struggle. Like it's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and they're just staying sideways. So because of that, and the crypto market has the after effects of all that. It's a little bit better in my opinion, but it's not as bad. This could be in this area for a while, guys. So don't expect it to get down here and then start ripping right away. Just be aware of that. You might have to be patient with it, okay? Especially right now with what's going on and things like that too. And then you might want to DCA into it. So if it comes down to my box, what do? Is normally what I do is top of it, get a little bit, and I just keep going down. As it goes down, 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 I enter in more. So at the top is a little bit, halfway, a little bit more, and then a little bit more. And then if it breaks that low, you have a decision whether you want to exit. Okay, it's bearish, or you can hold on to it and go for the longer term play. Depends on the asset. Fantom, in my opinion, is probably more on the safer side, if you can say that in cryptocurrency, for a longer term play. And you probably hold this for a little while. I don't think anything's going to happen to that. But if you want to go over one of the more degenerate coins and start holding it for a long term, I mean, I'm like trying to throw one out there, right? Like maybe this one or something like that, guys. Like you can be careful holding these things long term when they actually are like down here, and then you're like, okay, is it bearish or is it bullish, or when's it going to get out of there and things? You could be down, in a bearish sequence for a while and have to wait like months before it to get out of there. So with Fantom, you're pretty safe. I think you're safer. Okay, not financial advice. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.